we have a tip for as regards our but before that, because we have a studio in Sarasota studio, we have a guest in the studio today. So I'm going to give her an introduce her. Because she's been part of this journey and she's been amazing. But today, we're talking about something interesting that belongs to her. It's hers, but she's ready to teach the world. First of all, let's welcome. I don't know why in my head I always have this drum roll. Let's welcome Eniola Ade. How you doing? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Blossom. Thank you. I'm fine.
You do good.
My prayer, thank you.
Positive.
But you just told her about her legwork, so why are you not saying it out?
Oh,
Because it's not showing.
It's not showing. Because yes, sit down. It's good to have you in this studio.
Thank you.
So yes, we all know Eniola. This is Eniola's book, right? It says "You Are Possible," and that is what we'll be fishing out today because we are talking about women, and of course, it's not just related to women. Of course, the book has to do with everyone. But now we want to take it to the woman's angle. Let's talk about ourselves. But before we start talking about it, I know you're already sitting up. You're ready to calm down.
All right.
Let's go to the hot seat. Anyway, let me just say who she is. I'm going to read from her book. She is a writer. She's an intercessor. She's a coach, a pastor, and a prolific speaker. She's also the creator of Raising Champions. And, she's a speaker and devoted from the board. She has dedicated her life to championing young women and married women across the board. And, of course, she's the convener of the championwomen.ng. Also to help young ladies and married women in discovering their purpose, unleashing their talent. She's also a public health advocate and, of course, married to not a reverend father, right? A reverend? Because a reverend that shouldn't be married. Okay, so I will be talking to Eniola Ade about this book, You Are Possible. We're going to go first for it because it's rainy and a lot of people don't know how to stay safe during the rainy season. So this tip is for you. It's raining, it's not raining. Trust me, during this period, every time you're not ready, the cloud just gets very cloudy and it rains. So let's go for a tip to be safe during the rainy season. I'm going to ask a serious question with Eniola Ade.
Safety tips for rainy season. Here are some tips to prepare you and your family for heavy rain. Don't touch electric wires. Avoid walking in the rain. Take precautions against mosquitoes. Unplug electronic appliances. Keep an umbrella and raincoat handy. Make sure your windows are shut properly. Prepare an emergency kit. Consume more probiotics. Say no to street foods. Get rid of stagnant water and maintain social distance. Safety tips for driving in the rain. Turn on your headlight. By turning on your headlight, other drivers are more likely to see your car. Turn off your cruise control when roads are slick. It should allow you to be in full control of your car. Slow down to avoid hydroplaning. If you begin to skid, avoid hard break-ins or turns. Try to remain calm and continue looking and driving in the direction you would like the car to go. Prepare your house for rain. Get your roof and gutters inspected to ensure good condition and remove leaves or debris from gutters before the rain falls. Check inside the house to make sure there are no signs of water leaks, mold, water rings, or paint discoloration. Make any necessary repairs. Check doors and windows to ensure they seal properly. Prune dead branches from trees in your yard which can fall on your house during a storm. Have sandbags on hand for low areas of your house to keep water at bay during a flood.
Yes, we're already diving into the book, and this is impressive. Trust me. I feel like after this program, we should just sit down and just talk about this book. Anyways, yes, let's start first. I don't want to start asking what's the meaning of You Are Possible. I already know from the word itself, right? But looking through, just taking a glance through your book, I love reading this book.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I have Well, I would have said I have a library, but I don't have a bookshelf, so I have things but yes. So I was noticed something in this book, and that is part of making it possible. So the first thing that got my attention is, what do you do to overcome your excuses? You always have reasons not to do things. You always excuse yourself, or I don't know. Why do you think people? Okay, let me tell you the pages. Yes, it's at page 35. So what do you do to actually overcome excuses? Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I can't deal with this. Oh no, this is too much for me. Just excuses rather than working. I mean, that's
Yeah. If you look at the unit of this book, I think that should be unit 3 or further about, and it's saying excuse your excuse. Yes, excuse your excuse. Because one of the things that excuse will do for you is it will cripple your capacity and destroy your greatest imagination. The things you once imagine that, oh, I'm going to do this thing. Suddenly, maybe you are just at the verge of taking action. I'm not enough. That was your first excuse. What if I make mistake? That is you. So there is this picture of what if it's not accepted? What if I didn't do it right? The truth is this, you won't know if you can do it right until you try. So that, what if I cannot do it? You should excuse that first. It's your excuse, but first excuse it. So that it leads to your path, then you can now verge into what you want to do. Because until you do that, you cannot become.
you cannot become one. So it's rather than giving an excuse of, oh, I cannot do this because maybe I was busy, or I cannot do this because I'm too busy.
That's right.
It's better you just excuse that
Excuse.
And go ahead to do what?
Yes.
To go ahead and do
Do
it.
what you want
rather
to
than
do.
say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I want to look at it.
Sorry, Blossom. Excuse can also be taken as fear, because you're giving excuses. Maybe you're afraid that you might.
Your fear is also your excuse.
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid. Why are you afraid? You've not attempted this thing.
Right?
You don't even know what can become if you will do it well. And the truth is this, a lot of people are afraid of mistakes. So, and mistake is not your dead hand. It's a learning curve.
True.
So when you approach life in that manner, that when I'm attempting this thing, there's tendency for me to fail. See, if you don't embrace failure, you cannot win.
True.
And that is one of the pillars that old people excuse. Because they are always afraid of failing. Please embrace failure, it's part of it.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
I believe one has to even fail at a point for you to realize that you can do this.
Exactly. Like, I was reading one of the books I read while I was compiling my journal. And I read a part of that book that says that when you failed, you actually did not fail. You learned a new way that thing cannot be done.
Yeah, true.
So when you see it that way, you are going to explore a lot of amazing things, and you will be happy after you do. Even if you eventually fail, you have learned something beautiful.
Okay, so I have a choice. You have something. I love the way you package this book. That's what I was asking you.
Thank you.
Was your editor and all of that, and also kudos to you just for this. Beautiful. So I've seen two interesting questions I would just want to ask. Now, first is, you don't like asking for help because you do not want to hear a no.
No.
Yes, we've talked about that extensively, but if you can find a way to just shorten it so that we can get a response before you can get up to the part of the point that they asked. Here, you don't speak up because you don't want to offend anyone. Yeah, so
that's so special that you don't seek help because you don't want to hear something. There's something in your mind you are afraid of that you don't just want to hear. Number one, maybe no, because you are afraid of rejection. A lot of people will always seek validation externally. And as much as beautiful as that is, if you depend all your entire on yourself, you can't do much. Number one, from the day you were born, even before you were born, your birth was not alone. It was a collective thing. God was involved, your father is involved, your mom is involved, your mom gynecologist, all the process. People have been part of your life. So you cannot just grow up at a certain stage and say you are afraid of asking for help. Now, one of the things that could probably be happening to anyone who is afraid of asking for help is they are not healthy somewhere. I said in my book that elderly people seek help. If you are afraid of seeking help, something is wrong with you.
Well, definitely that cannot be me because I work with a team and I always think for them. I was looking at the amount help. Like, sometimes you
Financial help?
Not really.
Help can come in any way.
You might look at someone and you really want it. You need help. But there's this thing within you that just says, no, don't ask for yourself, you can do it alone.
My fear for help is actually usually financial help, not a kind of help, because I'm very jovial. So I'll come and meet you. You must give me that help, especially when we're a team. You must do it. We'll joke around it and then we're doing it. But financial help, okay, I'm just going to open up now.
Okay.
I hardly want to ask for financial help.
So this is a therapy session.
Yeah.
Yes, it is actually. I don't want to hear I do not have it.
Yeah.
Especially when I know that you have it.
it.
It's going to kill me at that moment. I won't know how to move further. Okay. If I'm asking from who I feel that, okay, 50-50, he might have or he might not have, and he says, oh, sorry, but at this time I don't have it. I'll move on because I know you don't have it. But I'm asking from who I know you have it. And you're telling me, you asked me yesterday.
Your own. They say they don't have.
No, you must have. Why would you say you don't?
Now, the thing is this, we live in a society where we look at people physically and they look rich, they look very wealthy. But sometimes they might not have cash. They may have everything on the outside that makes them look good. Maybe from their investment, maybe from people who are around them. But personally, when it comes to cash, they don't have it. And because they also are afraid of telling people at a time in their life that they don't have money because they know nobody will believe. So they are also stuck in a part of their life.
Yeah, we
This is
said
how
we
there's
home.
people who always think that when you have it,
Exactly.
Like looking at me
when
now,
you are-
come and ask me money.
Do you understand? When you're riding a car, people just imagine yourself in a range and you just park somewhere and somebody asks you for money and you are just paying in your mind that fuel must not finish in this car
Oh.
because you don't even have a dime to buy gas into that car. And if you tell that person no, and unfortunate for you, maybe it is the day you meet with your schoolmates. They now say, hey, Eniola, where have you been? You are now an hot tour. You are now God, do not put me to shame here. Do you know? So everybody is in one space or the other in their life. But what I would tell anyone who is seeking for help is this. Don't go and seek for help with an assumption that this person is going to say no. Because oftentimes our assumption killed, because it's a spirit. It goes ahead and lock the door. Because you already assume, you won't get it. And you not think it's that person. It is not even that person. You sent a spirit ahead already.
A negative spirit or
Yes.
a no spirit.
You sent that ahead already. One of the beautiful things I love about this book is God helped me so much to start each page with an affirmation or a declaration. Because that's one of the things. Even if you are going to the most impossible place, go there with a positive mind that I'm going to get what I'm looking for. So even if you don't get it that moment, there is some ambiance around you that as you are even stepping out of that place, somebody can even call from nowhere and you just receive it. Because why? You've sent a spirit ahead. And I said this to a lot of women out there. Please don't stay negative. Always be positive. Always.
That's amazing. Okay, so the second question. I'm just gonna time because God help me. Anyway, so
I have plenty of questions.
Says you don't speak up because you do not want to offend anybody. For me, let me just say mine so you can respond to that. Now, for me, it's not like I don't speak up. I just feel like you have to be in a safe space where I can speak to you. I can't speak up when I don't think you even hear me or respond properly. So I won't speak up. But when I feel like, oh, this is a safe zone, I can speak up and you will hear the next people. Is that wrong too?
No. Like, because it's two things. A lot of people, when they are in a meeting or in an argument, even when they have valid things to say, because they are tempered. And like I've always said to people that in communication or in an argument, what you say is 10%. How you say it is 90%. So a lot of people, over time, they accept things out of a wrong tone and their voice is not always heard. They have said things.
Don't mind that.
Tell her.
Tell me.
So they said things out of not even anger right now, but their tone is just very harsh and they've not mastered that.
I was going to tell you that when I say things, I'm not saying it out of anger. One, this is the reason why I could speak the way I speak. Not to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay? I could say that to people that are very,
Very
close
close.
to me, that I think that I love. And I think that you're supposed to do this now. Why you know we do? So I will shout when I'm saying it. Not that I am angry. I just want to let you know that it's with me now. You're supposed to do this with me. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Okay. Okay. As good as that he is or was, there is a part of everybody. The person you are talking to has a whole personality. Some of them will withdraw when you shout at them. It's just like children when you yell. The fact that you are yelling at your child, not because you are angry, but that is just the only way you think this
You
child
can
will
say
know that you are serious.
Yeah.
With what you are saying, you just have to
I am
shout.
that child. I just know.
So you just withdraw. So if you don't notice the people you are communicating with or you are interacting with, you will be losing them, even with your good intentions. And that's why most time good people would have not mastered their personality around people around them lose people more. Yeah. They lose
There are some people I should lose.
That's number one.
Leave me there.
That's
Leave
number
me in
one.
that space.
Another thing is this: why a lot of people don't speak up is people have no self-esteem. Even when they have good reasons to speak, they are just like, what if it is that word? I don't know. What if I said this now? Somebody get angry. And that is the point. Because they don't want to get people offended. So if that is you, that the reason why you don't speak up is because you don't want people to get offended. There's something is wrong with you. You have personality issue, you have mental health issues.
Yeah. I feel it too.
Yeah. And so people like that it's going to be very difficult for them to become. Yeah, it's going to be because until you say something, you don't know who is going to accept what you say. You don't know who is going to reject it. You don't know who is going to benefit from it. It's one of the things I overcome in writing this book. At a time in my life, I was telling myself, what do I want to put together that is not out there?
I think like that too. Everybody's doing the
Everybody's
same
doing the
thing.
same thing. What do I want to? Especially when God give you an instruction, I'm like, and if devil wants to corner you, it will be just a period where you just watch somebody who did that same thing, and you are afraid that this person will think I'm copying it. Why are you thinking for them?
So there's
person
enough
is very
space for
There's
everybody.
enough space for everyone. So don't hide your voice because you are afraid. There's a part in this book that I said, don't be afraid of shining because you don't want to dim other people's light. Please shine,
Shine your shine.
Because if I have 10 bulbs, I'm going to light them at once. Everybody will see. So if you have 20, light it. Let's scare darkness out.
Oh, this is amazing.
Are we going on a break?
Yes,
No, I don't think we should. We should.
Really?
No, I don't think we should. Please, let's go ahead. Because a lot of us are learning from you right now. And there's your unit 9 on your book. Says, tell yourself the truth. Yeah. I just need you to speak about that. How do you tell yourself the truth? Because I want to believe that everything that I say to myself is the truth.
Yeah.
That's true. So when you're lying to yourself.
Now,
Yes.
tell yourself the truth. The truth you did not tell yourself is going to be your stubborn block. Now, sometimes this is what you are supposed to do. And you are just lying down on the bed. Time is going, you are checking. I've not checked what is your favorite blogger. You are there, you are scrolling. You know you are supposed to do something. And time is going. Just said, Eniola, if I catch you where you are lying down, will you stand up now and go and do this? Or you are wrong, you did something wrong. Though everybody cannot confront you, maybe because of your personality. But when you are alone, just say, Eniola, people are going to avoid you. And you are going to be in a mess. Go and apologize. It has not taken anything from you. Even though when nobody can tell you that truth, you are telling yourself the truth. This life you are living, it cannot lead you anywhere. Why are you doing it?
Well, now, I'm sorry to break.
Yeah.
Now, this you're saying, I feel like it depends on a lot of things that people will be able to even listen to themselves. It takes a quiet time for yourself. Some people do not even have quiet time.
And because they don't practice mindfulness.
That's what I'm saying. Now, someone who does not practice quiet time, like sit down, breathe through your day, the mistakes, what you learn, what you should avoid, what you should do, because that's the only way I feel to grow. Now, someone that is always busy in their brain and always busy with work, how can they tell themselves? Because they won't even realize it. They won't say, you'll be alright. Oh, you'll be alright.
No, but I think that there's a time in your life every day. That will, you will reflect whether you have the time or
Some
not.
people don't reflect.
They do not.
The way they go in the morning, the way they come
Then
back, and they just come back and eat the bed. They live a recycling life.
Yeah.
And it's difficult for, you will see them around you. They are not difficult to notice. They're very stereotyped, very shrink in their mind. They are never positive. They never see good things in people. So when you see people around like that, they are toxic people. They are toxic to themselves, so they don't mind being toxic to anyone.
They're not happy when someone else is prospering.
Yeah, because they've never taken time to reflect that why is this person doing this and I'm not doing the same. That is not even a comparison now. That is you reflecting in your life that you should have become better. And I'm not becoming better. What is that saying? So that is you calling yourself to attention. There's something I wrote there. I said, telling yourself the truth will awaken you from the deep slumber of lies and set you on the free path of fulfillment. Do you get that? Spencer Johnson said, integrity is telling myself the truth, and honesty is telling the truth to others. So because you are not truthful to yourself, you cannot be honest to people. So when they want to criticize, they criticize you from the place of judgment, not from a place of constructive criticism for you to become better. They just want to reduce you to their level. And this kind of people grew up to become narcissists in whatever, in every sphere they find themselves. So telling yourself the truth is one of the things first you need to do to yourself. You are a man, you are a woman, you want to become a good parent in the future, a good manager, a good boss, a good father, a good whatever. You must at one point of your life reflect. What is it that I'm not doing right? I need to do this thing right. Sometimes it starts being difficult, but as you practice it, it becomes simpler and easier.
Trust me, I do have quiet time, but for what you said, like it means I need more quiet time.
And you must document your discovery by
I
yourself.
want to ask a question pertaining this. Does it mean that that person has fear that, fear of overtaking, or fear of, how do I put it? You're being nasty to that person because you want to show that, okay, I'm still superior, I don't know how to put it, but does it have to do with fear?
It's not really fear, it's loss of identity. Because there are two different things. Loss of identity and you being afraid. You can know who you are and you're afraid of doing certain things. Now, to an extent, we all need a level of fear, because that brings us to a place of check. And let you know that you are not the super person out there. Somebody can be better than you and you can be better than somebody. So when you want to do something, there's a level of attention you are paid, not because you are afraid of failure or you are afraid of doing that thing, or because you know that there's somebody who has done this thing better. So let me pay attention so that I don't mess the whole thing up.
Probably
but
do
now,
better.
when you lost your identity, you don't even know who you are, you're confused about you. So everything begins to read negative meanings to you. So people in that category, you don't even want to debate or argue with them because you can't win them. Their mind is so rigid and stiff. Yeah.
So let's go. There's this one that is interesting. Are we going on a break? Let's not go on a break. You see this book? We must finish it today.
Okay, so what's your next question? Let's combine it together.
Yes, okay. This is one you say. Yeah. Respect your lane. Stay your lane. Stay your state.
Yeah, that should be chapter 3, units. What is that?
I think is unit. Okay. I think is unit. There's no unit to that after unit 13.
Unit 13. Yes. Unit 13 is stay in your
domain. Respect your lane. Is respect your lane?
Yes, chapter 2. Respect your lane. We all have our lane. Even as mother, you have your lane in the life of your children, and you must respect that lane. You must keep your space. That's Sorry, let me go there. There's something I wrote that
page 61 to 65.
61, right?
Yes, to 65.
Because if you don't, you are going to step on people, and when you keep stepping on people, you are going to lose your integrity and your respect. It's a man is not designed to compete. You are wired to dominate. You have a domain that resides in you. So when you are respecting your domain, you are not in competition with anybody. So that is respecting your domain. You're not in competition. Whatever you want to do, you are doing it because this is what I want to do. Regardless of who is doing something related around you. You're just doing your own. You are not rising to attack that person. I do it better than you. Now, whatever that person do, you want to call it. You want to look like that person. And in the process, you are losing yourself, resembling somebody else. So when you don't respect yourself, you lose your identity. The sole purpose of this book is so that it is going to be a roadmap for anyone who wants to design their purpose and fulfillment in life. It's going to be a roadmap. Because if you don't respect yourself, you will start competing unhealthily. Yeah, there will be an unhealthy competition. You want to flex power, forgetting that you have your own domain. Don't flex power on anybody. Somebody can be better than you.
You can be better
Life
than
is in
somebody.
3 categories. People are above you, people in your contemporary, and people that are below you. So when you see people in your contemporary, live together harmoniously. When you see people above you, learn, be humble, be calm. And when you see people that are below you, sympathize. Sympathize with them, respect them. Because these people, you cannot imagine. They are the worst people to trade with. They are the worst people to treat anyhow. Because the next the next thought that is going to tick, you don't know what can become of this person. And they can leave you 10,000 miles behind.
True, because it's wrong for overtaking.
So when you maintain your space and you respect your domain, even when they are sworn you, don't say, there's a woman that is amazing. She doesn't trample on people, she respects you, she loves, and the people above you say, oh, that girl, she has always, I know that the sky is the limit, even though they did not like you before. But because you have maintained your space, do you get it? Because you have respect, because you have
the person is here.
Oh, really?
He's a male guy. Go ahead, darling.
He's hearing, right?
And he's seeing, he's watching.
So when you stay in your domain and you respect your lane, everybody's going to love you. And when I mean everybody is going to love you, everybody is going to love you. They may not accept you, but they will love you. There are two different things. Your boss will love you, they will not accept you because he's afraid of if she do it better than me now. But somewhere in her mind, that girl is brilliant. She's crushing on you. Not necessarily emotional crushing, but if there is, do you understand? But if there is something that they want to do, they say, this is that girl. I know, she knows what she's doing. Give it to her.
Yes, you know what, let me use this people say, we have some very, very things to do. They're not good yet. Felicity, Jane, and Felicity give me one of the most amazing things to work with. And you're part of my team. Yes, despite the normal, that's what you need to shout, right? But of course, they are the best. I've never really worked with people that way. So I'm just giving them this. Oh, and of course.
No, you don't need to mention
me.
me.
No, we are already on air now, so it's good.
You do not need to mention me. But truly, those 3 ladies are amazing. They make the work easy for us.
It's very easy. So yes,
so they're amazing.
Yeah.
Those girls.
So, let's say this one. Let's take this one. This is Juliet 14. It says, don't compare and do not compete. Now, that word, it's a little back for me. But I'm waiting to hear from you to explain exactly, because you see, I shouldn't compare. Sometimes I like to compare my words with my senior colleagues who have done this way ahead. I like to compare. I go back to their old videos. So what can other people working in they own their own. So I watch their videos. Even my fellow colleagues who have left and they've gone past those videos that I watch and I compare, what this person did when they were here that I need to do. So I'm learning to do that because I'm comparing. But I am not competing. And if I want to compete, it's more like an competition. So what exactly makes it for me that statement for me that I said don't compare and do compete?
There is a thin line between what you are doing and comparison. There's a thin line between learning and comparison. A very thin line. And now, when you are comparing, the motive is always wrong. But because nobody sees motive, it's an internal thing. So nobody sees it. So you know you are comparing. Now, when you compare, what happens to you is that you lost your whole interest and you begin to follow every template of that person. That is comparison. But when you are learning from people, you see what they are doing, you check their work. Oh, this is how they construct it. But there's something inside of you. You are not dropping that thing.
Okay,
Like
so you
now,
do it your own
yes,
way,
you
but
do it in your
checking
own way,
what
but you are
they did.
checking how they have done it.
Yeah.
It's just you learning from
From
people
them, yeah.
who have gone ahead of you. And that is the role of mentoring.
Mhm.
So now, a lot of things has gone wrong with mentoring. A lot of people have you as a mentor just to be like you. No,
No.
I don't want to mentor you to be like me. I want to mentor you to be like who you want to be.
Mhm.
So when you come to me that, can you be my mentor? The first thing, like, what is your dream? What do you feel like? What do you want to do? So that I will know if I'm getting it right or I'm getting it wrong. But we see a lot of people now, what they are doing is mimicking.
Yeah.
They want to clone you and they lost their identity. Some people, when they are speaking, you won't hear, is that person? Until you see their face, you don't know who is speaking. Because they are speaking like, so they are replaced. So that is comparison.
Mhm.
So when you compare, you lose your own interest, you lose your own goal, you discard your own vision, and you begin to embrace somebody and you just be copying and paste. And when it gets out there, there's no difference between you and that person.
So how about the competition?
Yes, now the competition, it's obvious. The moment you compete with people, you crippled the leg. Now there's a part of this book I said, now this is the circle. I really love to put it out in a colored way, but it couldn't. Now I said 7 dangers of comparison by Nila Adeyemi. The first thing is that comparison and competition will crush your charisma. It is a cancer. It will destroy you. Then number 3 is that it's going to cripple your confidence. So when you do that, it's going to conquer your courage. And when you do comparison, another thing it's going to do for you is that it will crush your capacity. Then another thing it will do is that it will cheat your character. And the last thing is it will cloud your creativity. So when you are not paying attention, Blossom speaks English this way. Tomorrow, hey, she will know
that I can speak like that too.
And the moment you
Oh
step
my
out
God.
of, you have something else you are supposed to do. You're not standing in front of mirror. Welcome to Glass TV.
Is that how Blossom speaks? No, please.
No, I'm just.
Are you making Blossom?
You get it now. You are. Then people are like, what is wrong with this person? And everybody knows me know that this girl is competing with Blossom. And they will people will know what to patronize it. And then when you start competing, there's a part of you that you discard unknowingly. And the moment that part of you leaves you, it's going to take you decades. That is even if you realize.
that part of you was lost.
That is if you realize. Because in competition, you are completely lost.
Okay. I don't want to speak like Blossom.
Speak like you.
I'm speaking like me.
Yeah, I love that.
But I would have loved to. But you just taught me now. So let me speak like me.
Yes,
I would have
speak
loved
like
to speak like Blossom. Welcome to Galaxy Television. My name is Rose Blossom.
Are you really
But you just taught me.
Yeah.
Let me be me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask, in Unit 28, you talked about do a life audit. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Do a life audit.
Mm-hmm.
What have I done successfully?
Mm-hmm.
How do I do this thing? The one I've not done successfully. What mistakes do I make? Unit what?
Unit 28. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like the way it'll be easy to read. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, a thorough assessment of the event of your life is one of the most essential keys to unlock the life that is ahead of you. Now, our life is not without memories. We've had good memories. We've had bad memories.
Mm-hmm.
At a point in our life where, not necessarily when things are not working right, even when things are good, we want to check, what have I done in the past that made me who I am today? I want to document it so that it will be a memorial for the people coming behind. For everyone who wants to leave a legacy, you must do a life audit. Life audit is one of the things that helped me to do this. Because I look back to my life, the things I've adopted, the principles I've adopted, the people that have been there, how I have journeyed through certain, I navigate the most difficult moments of my life. So I began to document them down. There are some of these things that I found in my secondary school journals. Secondary school journals. I found it there. Like faith, I grew up, I found this word, face everything and rise. I've never heard it from anyone. I wrote it 2002. 2002, and I was in SS2 that time when I wrote that word. And when I began to hear it from people, I was like, oh, somebody copied my word. Do you understand? So take a life audit so that you know where you are going and what you need to put in place.
Wow, this is amazing because there's so much spoken words. Usually I don't even know what people do spoken words. So I'm applauding you right now because your book is beautiful. It's I personally definitely know the chat that, so I would definitely chat with you too. That those boxes sticky?
Yeah.
There are questions that runs deep into the mind and and I also want to do that. Every day we learn, and I don't like when I'm not learning. I feel very uncomfortable. I hate when there's stereotype. Come to the same thing. Let's do for a change. So now I have a new mentor. My girlfriend, my sister. You're the mentor, right?
I just wanted you to finish talking.
Okay.
Because she's my mentor. But this book is amazing. I'm going to cut you short there. This book is amazing, and it's a must read for everybody.
Everyone.
Where can anyone get it by?
Yet it's presently is on seller. Yeah, we are trying to process it on Amazon, but we have the hard copy that can be delivered to anyone. Yeah.
Okay, so you can reach us directly on social media pages. You can go to any of our channels on social media. Just indicate that you want to get this. It's very, very affordable. Trust me. What I saw is that enterprise, trust me, money cannot buy that. That is good. But this book is beautiful. You are possible and looking power. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm glad here.
I did not know this book would be this rich. Trust me, I said, send my copy first, then you read. But now, no questions to ask. It was fun.
Okay, I think it's the first time we're having this program without.
Yeah, it's I was straight.
It was just straight, and
yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised time had gone like that. Because I would have loved to continue. But Eniola, thank you for coming this morning. It's been an amazing time with you. This book is fantastic. Please go try and get it. Contact Blossom if you have to. Contact Blossom.
Contact her. She's also a mentor. She's a mentor.
Contact Blossom.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us this morning.